It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey there.
Josh Arnold is here.
Hi.
There's Willie Griswold.
Howdy.
Ace Cosby. Heywood Banks is here.
Hello.
Duke Tomato is here. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Got a couple of scientific updates for you.
Okay.
First off, that's the sound of Duke Tomato and the Power Trio. We're going to get some music out of Duke and the boys in just a second.
Did we find out that bees do indeed ejaculate honey?
No.
And honey is bee semen.
So what did we find?
Duke, give me just a second, Duke, and we'll get right back to you guys for some live music. I certainly appreciate it. Oh, that's so nice. Don't you just love having a band like that? Duke just picks his hand up and gets them to all stop all the time. God,
They're amazing.
It's the ultimate of telling someone what to do. I don't know how you're not a band director.
Yeah.
He directs us.
I mean, he tries, but
You'd walk out, there'd be a full orchestra and band, and you'd walk, and the people in the crowd would whisper, Griswold, Griswold's our conductor.
You would move the first chair to the second chair and
get your baton.
Yeah, what I've always wanted to say.
Tap, tap, tap.
Where's your little
Remember the
baton?
piece that we had called Announcer Guy?
Yes.
Wherever you go, there's an announcer. You can do that with a band. So before you walk in the room, the horn section walks in, gives you a quick, like a bop, 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 ba-dop, bop. Then the announcer goes, "Here's Tom."
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
like a game show?
Yeah, everywhere you go. Like go to the grocery store. You're walking into Kroger. And
Well, that's not the most narcissistic thing you've
That's
ever said.
essentially how kings...
No. You know what it is? You know what it is?
Dictators, really.
Yeah, that's how kings would operate.
It's his dream. It's the most complicated thing you've ever heard because he'd have to have a meeting with the band.
Right.
And, all right, we're going to be at Kroger this afternoon.
Sure,
Right.
meet me
I
there
expect
at 10
everybody
But
to be there.
the doors would open, 10 guys on either side with those weird long horns.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's no
Where's the soup?
You would come in and, I can't find the turmeric anywhere.
Would you wear a cape?
do they make those really long horns? Do they have valves on them, PJ? So you can actually play real
I
stuff
don't
with
think
it?
they have valve. I mean,
Some of them don't seem
Are you
like they
going to
do.
have a
but-
flag that has your colors on
Oh,
it, the
I
coat of
love that.
arms?
TJ, can you give us a king's entrance?
look at him. He's so happy. He immediately
Could we add the saxes to that next hour?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they could probably do it
You
right
can do
now.
it right now? Give it a shot, please. I love this.
Here we go.
all hail Tom.
He loves it.
Where's the olive oil?
Hail.
Who doesn't love having a live band in the studio? Thank you, guys.
Seriously, though, do you think the mold's making me nuts? Because I have been really edgy the last couple of days.
There's
Because with the COVID and the smells and stuff in the air, I think it's driving me crazy.
I think life is making you nuts.
Yeah, that's probably true.
There's no doubt that whatever is in our duct system is slowly murdering us.
No doubt. That's why they're not worried about any lawsuit.
Yeah, they
We'll
want
be
us all
dead
to
the time the
die.
trial is.
They want us out of here.
We also
way.
have Heywood Banks in the studio with us. And Mr. Banks, we're going to get a song out of you, too, in just a second. All right.
Oh, you too, sir?
Real quick science. We had the news story about the bees. And this scientist was saying that during extreme heat waves, bees die, and as they die, they ejaculate. Which is
Right.
and then you guys, of course, took the low road and assumed that that was
Yeah, that's us.
what honey came from.
Just a scientific hypothesis.
Bee goo.
According to William here, he says
Billy Boy.
honey is actually made from bee vomit.
Billy Bees. It is?
They regurgitate the nectar from flowers, making honey.
Wow, how about that?
Now, if
that changes
bee vomit tastes like honey, what would bee
Bee,
poopy taste like? Bee poop must be delicious.
Poopy, be poopy.
Be poopy.
It's
Let's
because
try
it's
some
number
too.
2.
Bee poopy. Dear Bob and Tom.
Yes.
How Josh ruined my life.
Oh, I'd like to hear it.
While dear idiots and Chick.
Oh, so you're not considered an idiot?
I'm not considered an idiot. While brushing my teeth this morning, I found myself singing, "We are Siamese, if you please."
Oh, gosh.
We are Siamese, if you don't please.
They don't care.
No, they don't care at all.
That was 2 hours ago, Cotty said. I'm still singing it. Thanks a lot, Josh.
I just love the attitude.
Of course.
Even
yeah.
if you.
We are Siamese, if you please.
This is two guys from Ohio. So.
We are Siamese, if you don't please.
Yep.
No.
And they're like kind of walk dancing.
Yeah, of course.
And that is
Lady
from,
and the Tramp,
from
right?
the Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah.
What we were discussing was
That's from the Lady
fact
and
that-
the Tramp.
the fact that we still use the term Siamese for the cats.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
But Siam,
Right.
That's been changed to Burma. Is that right?
wasn't that Ceylon? I can never remember which.
I thought it was
which.
Burma is Myanmar.
Oh.
Okay, which and then it was Ceylon.
What's-
Was that? I don't know.
Siam became what?
And the King and I.
Thailand.
Okay, and the King and I is where we were talking about how, but for example, it's still Peking duck.
Right.
It has not turned into Beijing duck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Siam is now
Is it-
called Thailand.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So is it Thailand twins?
Yes, you can now say Thailand twins.
But apparently that's politically incorrect.
Well,
Of
and that makes
course.
more sense because the word Thai is in there.
Oh, it depends on what organ they share.
Tied together, yeah.
So yeah, it's very confusing.
TIE.
What a horrible conversation.
But I think Siamese cats is fine.
Tied gland twins, I think is with it.
Yes, if you want to get a little more.
Tom, you're
Yeah.
Let's move on. And we'll get to these other letters later.
We have Singapore in the news.
Oh, I've been.
Have you?
Yes, I've seen the merlion and everything. You know, the merlion is a very popular creature there.
What's a merlion?
Half mermaid, half lion. I'm not making it up.
That was a
What's a hen weigh?
What's
creature? What's your
about
creature?
1.5 pounds?
I think
There's really
I.
such a thing as a merlion.
Giant merlion statue. The eyes light up.
I'm certain I divorced her in 1994.
Police report the case of a human hand and other body parts that were sent from a university in Brazil to an unorthodox fashion designer in Singapore.
Oh, no.
The package allegedly bound for Indonesian fashion designer, the so-called influencer Arnold Putra.
Putra Gali? No? Okay.
Mr. Putra has attracted controversy for his fascination with human body parts in the past.
Jeez.
In 2020,
Now here's the Ed Gein line.
he made news for selling a handbag made of bones from a human spine.
You would think it would be phalanges. A handbag. Yeah, the finger bones.
Exactly.
Phalanges, finger
It's
bones.
connected to the.
Putra claimed the bones were ethically sourced from a medical surplus in Canada.
This is sickening.
Police carried out an anti-trafficking raid after receiving information about the possible trafficking of human remains, and a professor from the school's anatomy lab has been suspended. That would be in Brazil. Once again, those parts were sent to a fashion designer in Singapore.
A human hand.
And other body parts. What are the other?
What is he going to? Is that's going to be on a dress? or
I
something?
was in a
I don't know.
in a kind of a grubby antique place in Kokomo, Indiana, years ago, and there was just this scruffed up kind of display case, and I look in there and it looked like an arm in there.
Oh, man.
And I said to the guy, "What is this?" Like an arm with no skin on it, just like bones and
Muscles
like
and-
Sinew and
Yeah.
sinew. Yeah. And the guy said, "Oh yeah, that was from some doctor had that as a sample, and he died. So now we've got it." It's like,
how about that?
wow, soup starter. Yeah,
Was it real?
Was it real?
yeah. Oh yeah,
So it was some guy's arm?
some arm. Yeah, the guy.
How much did it
farming
cost?
accident, probably.
And I was going to say, and you didn't buy
You didn't
it?
buy that? Yeah.
That's a
Right up your alley.
ghastly item, isn't it? Okay.
Would you buy that if you ran across it?
No.
No.
I did if you get a second item, a leg, arm and a leg.
There he
Can't
is.
stop
Ace
Ace.
Cosby. our guy.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Dot.
Well, since he's here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Since he's here.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Most of us don't like those guys knocking on your door soliciting stuff.
Sure.
It happened to me last week. My little woman comes to me. She goes, "There's a guy collecting donations for the community pool." I said, "Okay, give him a bottle of water."
Here, add this. I like it.
Pool needs water. See the pool.
What am I supposed to do with it?
I think glass of water is even
Well, I
funnier.
want glass first. And
Oh, yeah. I think that's even funnier
I think
because
glass
it's
is
even
funnier.
cheaper.
If we need to workshop all these, this is going to be
Okay,
fun.
okay.
Yeah,
I noticed it cut to the band, and not a one person was laughing. It was straight faces all around.
it's a thinker.
Okay, well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to hear something from Duke in a few minutes. But first, why don't we get another song song out of Heywood Banks. Why don't you choose a song you'd like to play? Do you need the lyrics?
This is a song called "How I Caught My Cold."
Okay.
And I was talking to this friend of mine, and he said his wife, although she had 2 vaccinations, she'd come down with COVID, and he says she can't smell and she has no taste. And I said, well, that's probably how she stayed with you so long.
Sure.
All right.
An itinerant little virus from the sinus of a Shriner that got picked up off the podium and coughed across the diner. Tumbled past the patty melts and pie and kosher dills and got sucked up by the fan that exhausts above the grill, and that's how. That's exactly how I caught my cold. It wasn't fate or the fact I forgot to wear my hat. I caught my cold. Well, it met up with some mildew and some lingering acidophilus and the greasy, hazy mayonnaise that descends on the metropolis. Bumped into some bacterium with their cilia all a jerky, and they caught the 315 bus to Albuquerque, and that's how. That's exactly how I caught my cold. It wasn't fate or the fact I forgot to wear my hat. I caught my cold. I could go to the doctor, get a shot in the cheek. He said, if you don't feel better in 14 days, well, this could last 2 weeks. Or get the 12-hour behind-the-counter cold remedy recommended by the folks who bring you methamphetamines. From a doorknob to a forehead to a polytechnic school to a bowling ball, remote control and rented power tool to the dollar in my change when I bought my chicken wings. When I touched my nose, that virus chose that moment to unpackage things. That's how. That's exactly how I caught my cold. It wasn't fact or the fate. I stayed out too late. I caught my cold. It was the moment I said, man, I forgot to wash my hands. I caught my cold.
Hot chew.
Nice. That's
Heywood
a nice
Banks.
sing-along right there, Haywood.
Tom, is that not the first time ever he's not messed up a word?
Could be. Could be a record.
That's we need something to commemorate this moment. I don't know what to do.
Great song about it. That was beautiful.
Hey, welcome back to Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
Josh Arnold is here.
Hi there.
There's Willie Griswold.
Howdy.
Sitting next to Josh Arnold. That's different. There's Ace Cosby. Heywood Banks is here. I'm Chick McGee. There's Tom. And Tom, we have a live band this morning.
Oh, they're great. It's Duke Tomato and the Power Trio. On their way to the Mardi Gras Blues Ball in Delphi Saturday night. We're lucky enough to have the additional horn section, the brass to mouth horns. PJ Inger, Jay Young, Neil Broker. Boy, they're good. Doesn't that make you feel good? Just
They're wonderful.
tapping your toes. We got Bill Ritter on the bass, Jameson on the keyboards, Joe Maddox on the drums, and Duke Tomato on the guitar. Duke, it's time for a Duke Tomato song, I'd say. We're to get back to Mr. Banks in just a few minutes, but I think we should go with Duke right now. And what do you got over there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tie you up. I'm gonna tie you up, baby. I'm gonna tie you up.
Get the theme of it now.
I'm gonna tie you up. Leather gets slick, rubber gets squeaky. Call a valley bring. It's time to get freaky. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tie you up.
Sexy time.
Freaky. I'm gonna tie you up.
I like the sexy time better.
I'm gonna tie you up. I'm gonna tie you up. Can I say pissed on the radio? I'm gonna tie you up. Can I do that? I'm gonna tie you up.
You can say pissed.
You can? Okay. I'm gonna tie you up. You get it out. Sex with Tina, I could never resist. If it don't hurt, she gets. I'm gonna tie you up. It's a second, man. I'm gonna tie you up. I'm gonna tie you up, yeah. I'm gonna tie you up.
Oh, yeah.
I got a call from the author. What more can I say? The song was the inspiration for 50 Shades of Grey. I'm gonna tie you up. Tom, we need a verse. I'm gonna tie you up.
I think I got something there. I'm just making some notes here.
I'm scared. I'm gonna tie you up.
Gonna tie ya. I'm gonna tie ya.
Josh is going nuts over here.
Yeah.
Well, I got that girl a nice purse from Gucci because I wanted to get a good look at that Gucci. Get me some rope or get me some twine because, baby, it's sexy time.
I'm gonna tie you up.
And you were worried about piss.
I'm gonna tie you up. I didn't say it.
Here comes Tom to tie you up.
I'm gonna tie you up. Josh, you're up next.
Go, Josh.
Oh,
Go, Josh. Go, Josh.
You have to go. Man, I'll come up with something.
Go, Josh.
I ain't got no lyrics wrote. Kiss my face. Tickle my scrote. Won't you please spend some time with me?
Yeah.
I don't mind a little pressure on my high knee.
Man.
There you go.
I'm gonna tie you
Right off the
up.
top of his head.
Here comes Grandma in her high heels.
I'm gonna tie you up.
Anything rhyme with pegging?
I'm gonna tie you up. Who's up now?
You got anything?
I think it's you.
You got anything, Haywood?
Oh, that scares me. That just scares me.
I got a call at 10. I've got to go to the store.
Yeah.
I like to talk to you a little more, but I got to get Charlie a pizza, and I'll be a while. So I'm kind of tied up right now.
A different kind of tie. Yeah. Changing up the way you tie.
I'm gonna tie you up.
Homonyms.
With zip ties.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Godwin I hear?
Yeah. All right. You got something?
All right. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Well, I call her plaintiff. She calls me defendant. She's in a dress and I'm in a suit so resplendent. Talking about briefs, presentations, and torts. She's gonna tie me up in court. Tie you up.
Legally.
Yeah, okay, legally. A different kind of tie.
Alimony.
Gonna tie you up.
Bitch be litigious.
Gonna tie you up.
I'm gonna hear about that.
When she drops your son off.
Talk about it.
One, two, three, four. I wanna tie you up and drive you all around town, yeah. I wanna tie you up and your little sister too. I wanna in a hot tub full of mayonnaise and jalapeno peppers. I wanna tie you up and pelt you with garbanzo beans. I wanna tie you up. Everyone one time loud as you can. I wanna tie you up. Hit me, fellas. I've had enough.
All right. Duke Tomato and the Power Trio. Live here in the Bob and Tom Show. We got a lot going on here.
Oh, everybody's firing on full cylinders. Great.
I've had better days.
All right. I think you're wonderful. But,
Thank you. I've stumbled on some words
Tell us
today.
more.
Oh, yeah.
What's the hardest word for you to say? I think I know the answer.
Municipal.
Municipal. That's a tough one. You always get an extra.
Municipal is what I want to say.
Municipal.
Municipal.
Yeah, that's good.
Municipal.
You can hear the horns. They're the brass to mouth horns. PJ Inger, Jay Young, Neil Broker. Oh, they're good. Duke Tomato on the guitar, Bill Ritter on the bass, James Hill on the keyboards, Joe Maddox on the drums. Got to tell you that Duke and the boys have a special event coming up. It'll be tomorrow at the Mardi Gras Blues Ball in a place called Delphi at the Opera House. Now,
It's Mardi Gras season. You know,
we're going to ask Duke to fade out for just a second. Thank you very much. Because it's my understanding we have a very special segment coming up.
Is that right?
Oh, you're going to love this because I know Haywood's waiting in the wings. We're going to get something out of Haywood. But right now, ladies and gentlemen,
oh, God.
if you're looking at the screen, you can see from the Bob and Tom Show staff, the man with the yellow and blue tie is, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Actually, we have a little introduction. For
Oh, wow.
If you want it.
This is exciting.
You ready, fellas? Here we go. Life been getting tough. You got the blues. Things ain't getting better. Because we got Jeff Askey and his failed to mention blues news.
Oh, very good.
What key you got?
I don't know. I've never played one.
Look at the whole. It sounds like that.
Excellent.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it, baby.
It's the what we failed to mention news with Jeff Oskey. What do you got for us, Jeff?
All right. Beekeepers in California, tired of having their bees and hives constantly stolen, are turning to cameras and GPS monitors to combat their ongoing problem. What you failed to mention, most difficult part of the process, getting the GPS monitors around all the bees' little ankles.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. DJ.
A pterodactyl fossil was found. What you failed to mention, thank God those creatures went extinct. I bet they take windshield shattering size dumps that would crush your Kia.
You know what? I agree with them.
They're big
Thank
birds.
God those things went extinct.
Big birds means big turds.
A student at BYU caused a fire when the rocket fuel he was concocting in his dorm room exploded. Well, you failed to mention. See, this is what happens when you repress sex.
Yeah.
You don't see students at Florida State or UNLV blowing up their dorm rooms because they're too busy banging. A 16-year-old is flying around the world solo. What you failed to mention. Hear that, Bella, Madeline, and Elijah?
Oh.
You guys can't even taxi your laundry down to the laundry room. This kid's going around the world. Sorry, a little too personal.
Those are his kids.
Been a rough week at his house.
Let's see here. A 100-year-old man credits drinking tequila for his long life. What you failed to mention, that's nice. I credit tequila, too, for this segment being so horrible. A Massachusetts man was arrested after trying to enter the tiger enclosure at the Boston Zoo. What you failed to mention, that's crazy because his friends describe him as wicked smart. Mommy, what's that climbing the fence? Oh, that's what's known as a northeastern jackass, honey. Oh, this one's a long one. Disney plans to build an entire Disney neighborhood in the California desert. What you failed to mention, I can tell you right now, too many Dalmatians.
Oh, so many.
Residents will have to know the secret password to get into the clubhouse for poker night. With my luck, I'd move in next to Cruella DeVille.
Cruella DeVille.
Cruella. Whatever, I've never seen it. I hear the layout of the neighborhood is a little goofy. The neighborhood swingers, Minnie Mouse, and Daffy Cuck.
Cuck. But you want to go Donald, that would be Disney.
Yeah. Daffy Warner Brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the joke would have worked either way, do you?
Yeah.
I do think it would have worked a little better.
Okay. A skier in the Olympics penis caught frostbite. What you failed to mention, that's the one thing you never want bitten, especially frostbitten. What? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, good call on that, PJ.
No biting of any kind.
No biting.
Yeah.
The category is biting.
No biting.
A church in London is irritating parishioners by ringing its church bell nonstop for days on end. What you failed to mention, don't worry, I'm sure with enough complaints, it won't be long till they move the bell to a different parish a few hundred miles away.
I see.
And finally, a family's dog that has been missing for 12 years was returned to him. What you failed to mention, just in time for the kids to watch it die.